Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me using the products that I pulled in this past week's makeup basket. So I have everything sitting here. I have a nice array of items that we're going to be using today. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and put something on my skin. My skin feels very, very dry. It has been pretty cold here, so I'm going to go ahead and use the Tatcha Indigo Cream. It's a soothing and protecting cream. Basically, it's a moisturizer, but it's blue tinted, so it looks a little weird, but it does pretty much the same thing as what a typical moisturizer does. It comes with a little spatula, but I'm just going to put it on with my hands. My hands are clean, so I'm not worried. So I'm just going to put this on, make my skin feel nice and hydrated. I noticed not everybody really likes my get ready with me's because they're a little bit longer. You guys will have to let me know. Would you rather see me just use like specific products, or do you like seeing the whole get ready with me? I'm not sure what you guys are interested in. I don't want to make them super long, but at the same time, I hate leaving out steps. You guys are gonna have to let me know what you prefer, because it's basically up to you what you guys like, because you're the ones who are watching it. So you tell me what you prefer, because right now I'm just doing them and I'm kind of just doing it the complete process, so I don't know. So this really does help. It feels like it's a very thick cream, so it's going to help my skin feel nice and protected, especially from the cold. We've been getting a lot of cold weather here in Virginia, so we had some snow, which was great, but at the same time not so great. I'd rather have like some nice warm California or like Florida weather. I'm not a huge cold weather fan. I don't like the cold weather. Now I'm going to prime my skin. I'm going to use the Marc Jacobs. This is the Invisible Undercover. I like this because it's very hydrating. I think I used this about a week or so ago as well. Sorry, my phone. So I'm going to put some of this on, and this is going to give me just a little bit more hydration, which, like I said, my skin can really use, especially like the cheek area and my, like around my mouth. For some reason, around my mouth gets very, very dehydrated. And I have no idea why, so we're going to hopefully help fix some of that. We're using a new foundation today. I'm using the Laura Mercier. It's her new foundation that she came out with. I love the way that it looks on my skin. I think the color is not exactly the way that I wanted it to be. The color is a little bit off, but it's not so dramatic that I'm like, oh my gosh, that's way too dark. But it's definitely a little darker than I thought it would be, because I even matched it compared to, like, they had this like matching thing that you can do compared to a foundation that you use. And it said that it matched, but it's a little bit darker. You're gonna see, because right now this is it. This is the Flawless Lumiere Radiance Perfecting Foundation. So it looks like a really good match, like as far as what it goes right here. But when I put it on, I don't know. We'll have to see. Let's see. I'm gonna do 2 pumps of this. It comes out looking, again, a little bit orangey, but my hands are a little bit pale, so maybe that's mostly what I'm comparing it to right here. But even on my face, you'll notice, you'll see a little bit of a neck face going on. Now I'm going to grab my Real Technique sponge. I've got that nice and moisturized, or not moisturized, I've got it nice and damp, so I can use that. I've got a zit going on right beside of my lip. That's so gross, and they hurt when they're on your lips. Oh my gosh, that's like the worst place to get a zit. I don't know why, but they just hurt really, really bad. I guess because when you eat like anything with any kind of salt into it, it really freaking hurts. It's like somebody putting salt into a wound. Doesn't feel so good. So it's not looking too terrible. It's definitely not a perfect match, but it's not looking too terrible. Not too shabby. It's definitely not full coverage. I don't know if you can tell or not, but it's definitely not full coverage. Like, that was 2 pumps and it barely is covering anything. Like, you can still see all of my imperfections. So I'm going to put probably another pump and a half or something like that onto my skin, just because I feel like it's going to need it. My skin is got quite a few imperfections going on, so we can definitely use it. So I'm going to use a little bit more, and we'll see what we can cover here. See what we can do about these little spots. Alright, now I've got the sponge again. Probably would be better with a brush. I don't like putting my foundation on with a brush though. I feel like I always leave brush streaks. For some reason, I can never get a good application when I use a brush. I feel like it always looks a little bit streaky. If you use a brush to put your foundation on, you'll have to give me like any tips that you have, because I can't do it. I know my sister-in-law, I've seen her put makeup on, and that's how she does hers, is with a brush. And I'm like, how do you do it and it not look streaky? Do you do it with a brush and then go in like later and like tap it out with something? I don't know. I just not been able to do it. So this is what I do. I do a sponge. All over sponge. All right, so there is the foundation. I don't know what you guys think, but I really don't think it's that full coverage. It's a good foundation, but I'm not sure it's worth the price because it's pretty pricey. I think this was like $48, and that's expensive for a foundation that I feel like you can get better or at least a dupe for at the drugstore. So I'm not so sure about it right now. Not so sure. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and do my brows. I'm going to use the Benefit Precisely My Brow. I love this little tool here because it's like the micro type of brow pencil. So it can really draw in your brush hairs if you're someone who needs a little bit of help with doing some brush hairs. So I do it like this. You can do it however you want to. I typically kind of like outline it, and then I go back in and just draw in some brush hairs. This is a little light for me, and this is shade number 3. It looks like it might be a little bit red toned, but I don't mind it. I don't mind that it's got a little bit of red tone in it because I have a little bit of red tone in my hair too, so that's fine by me. That is fine. All right. So that's basically what I do for my brows. I don't do anything crazy. I'm trying to push my mirror down a little bit here so I can see a little bit better. I feel like I'm like looking into it like this. I'm like, no, shouldn't have to look like that. All right. So brows are super simple for me. I just basically just fill in a little bit. I don't do anything super crazy. I know like you can do a lot better of a job, I'm sure, than what I do for my brows because my brows are not perfect at all. Like I said, basically what I do first is kind of outline what I want it to look like and then go back in and draw it in. Pencil it in here. Pencil, and we'll clean it up some too because right now it looks a little bit artificial, and I don't like when they look super drawn in. So you'll see what I do. If you've never seen me do my brow routine before, you'll see that I just kind of clean it up so that it looks a little bit more natural like. All right, there's that. And then I'm going to take the little spoolie and spoolie them out a little bit. And you'll see how it's like kind of going up on my skin. I'm not going to worry about that at all. All right, now what I'm going to do is go back in with my beauty sponge and I'm just going to tap it to get off any of the excess that I feel like shouldn't be there. So now they look a little bit more natural in my opinion. I don't feel like they look so drawn in. They still look, definitely, you can tell I did something, but it's not super obvious. Now I'm going to go ahead and prime my lids. I'm going to use the Laura Mercier. This is her eye primer. I think this is an eye primer. I still have not figured out what the heck this really is. It's pretty dry. I know that when I use it, it's like you can tell there's not a whole lot of moisture to this. So I'm pretty sure it is an eye primer or it's like an eyeshadow. I don't know. Either way, it works as a primer for me. It works. No problems. So I'm just going to use that. Oops, that was like really loud. Just going to use that and put that onto my lid. Tap it out with my ring finger. I like to do most of my eye work with my ring finger just because I feel like that helps to not put so much pressure on your eyelids. So if you guys had an awesome week, my week was very crazy. Not only have I just not been able to do as much as I wanted to do, I ended up getting pretty sick one day because the weather keeps changing here. Like one day we'll have like super cold and then the next day we'll have like almost 50-degree weather and it feels like it's nice enough where you could walk out without a jacket. So it messes with my sinuses for some reason. Now I'm going to use the Natasha Denona. This is the Safari palette. This palette is so beautiful, guys. I really like this palette. It's a little bit hard to work with for some of the shadows because I feel like since it is a all matte palette, some of them are a little bit harder to blend out than others, but it's nothing you can't work with. I mean, for the money, I'm not sure. Again, I feel like now this year is my, like, is it really worth that price tag? Because like I just said, the Laura Mercier foundation, I don't feel like it's really worth the price tag. So the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to go into this palette. We're going to use, whoops, we're going to use this shade right here, which is Aya. I have no idea. It's AYA. I'm going to use that to kind of set all over. It's a good color for me to use to set because it really matches my skin tone and everything. So I'm just going to set everything down here. Going to go back in with the same color and do the same thing. But you'll see when I'm starting to blend this, you'll see some of the shadows blend really nicely and some of them I feel like take a little bit more effort to blend. So it just depends on the shadow I think that you pick. And also it always depends on if you put a good base down, so that helps as well. that foundation also makes me feel itchy around my face, and I don't know if there's something in it or if I have no idea, because I know it's not my sponge because it's clean, so I just use a brand new one, or not brand new, but a clean one. So I know it's not my sponge, but for some reason it's making me itch. So there might be something in that foundation that maybe I'm a little bit of allergic to. I don't know. I'm going to continue to try it out and see if I haven't had any spots to it, so that's the good thing, I guess. Now I'm going to go ahead and use this brush right here. This is the Morphe M441. I'm going to use this brush to start doing my transition. And I think today we're going to use, let's use this. This is Tamarind. We're going to use this shade right here. It's a really pretty, it's like an orangey based brownish color. I don't really know, like a khaki almost. So I'm going to use that. But you can see it definitely has pigmentation to it. I love Natasha Denona shadows. I think they're very, very nice. I think Pat McGrath and Natasha Denona, they're very pricey, but they're worth it because I feel like they last on your eyelids for a long time. Some of them, like I said, are a little bit harder to work with, and some of them I feel like are easier to work with. This one here I'm not really having an issue with right now, which is nice because, like I said, some of these, the main one that I had an issue with in here was this one right here, which was Rhino. I had a major issue with Rhino. I feel like it was really hard for me to blend that one out. It took me forever to blend it, so we're not even going to use that one today. We'll use other colors that were there. We can see how the other ones perform, because I already can tell you that Rhino, for some reason, doesn't blend that easily. Doesn't blend that easily, which is not cool. Not cool, Natasha Denona. Denona. I know somebody used to call it Natasha Denona because it's such an expensive brand for eyeshadows. It's like, is it really worth it? I don't know. That's what a lot of people were concerned about because the pricing on it is so high. So I feel like I was wearing this red shirt today, and I was like, I feel a little Christmassy. I think I'm just trying to make sure that I use all of my Christmassy-ish looking type of clothing before winter's over, because before you know it, it's going to be spring, and then we'll all be wearing these bright, vibrant colors. So now I'm going to use this one right here, which is Amahara. I don't know. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing these majorly. So I'm just going to put this one right into the crease and blend it up a little bit. Blend, blend, blend. You guys know the game. You know the game, how to do it. So I have been watching, actually it's funny because I watched a TV show on Netflix that I remember starting before I started the series, and I was like, ah, it's okay. And then I was like kind of not really bored because I was just not feeling well, so I was like couching it. I was being a couch potato. So I was on the couch and I was like, let's just try to watch the show. Since I already thought it was okay, then I'll probably fall asleep while I'm watching it. Well, I ended up watching the entire series. It is How to Get Away with Murder. That is such a good show. And I had no idea that it's still on, actually. So it still comes on during the weeknights, which is awesome. So now I need to figure out how to be able to watch the newer shows because I really like it. It's such an awesome show. If you guys have Netflix and you haven't seen How to Get Away with Murder, you have to go watch it. It is so, so good. It's just one of those that, like, it kind of is like, I don't know. If you watched You on Netflix, which is You is about the boy who works at the library, and the girl comes in, and it's a really, really good one. It's a very, very good one. And it's not just about the library, but it's just a really good movie. Or show, actually, because I think they're coming out with season 2 now, which I think it's still going to be the same boy, but they're going to change up a few things about it. So I'm excited to see what they do with that. Now I'm going to use this one right here, which is my Glamour Dolls. This is the Sperm Whale brush. I love this brush. It's like the best brush I own, in my opinion, so I just love it. I'm going to go into Savannah. I don't even know what I'm doing here, guys. I'm just kind of rolling with it. I haven't really decided what kind of look I'm creating here. I have no idea. I'm going to go onto the outer V and in a little bit and take it right up to the crease. That's a really pretty color. I love this color. It does not match my outfit, but that's so great. I used to try to match my eyeshadows to my outfits, but I don't do that anymore. Don't do that because I'm not sure that that's actually something that people do. I have no idea. I used to try to match everything to your outfit. Okay, I'm going to go in and start blending this out again. But anyway, How to Get Away with Murder, like I was saying, is a very good show. It's basically about a bunch of law students that are learning how to be a good attorney. Like, I can't even think of her name now. Oh my gosh. Like, oh my gosh, what is her name? Oh my dear goodness. Anyway, if you watch it and you like law movies, you like Dexter, you're gonna like it, because Dexter is more like a mystery in my opinion. Dexter, it reminds me a little bit of Dexter, it reminds me a little bit of CSI, it reminds me a little bit of like Law and Order. It's just a little bit of everything in my opinion. It's just a great show. So I really like it. It's a very, very good show. I'm not going to give away anything just in case you guys have not watched it. But if you ever want to chat about it, girl, boy, hit me up, because I love talking about like TV shows. So now I'm going to go into stone using this brush right here, which is the Luxie 239. And I'm going to put that right on the lid right here on the center part. And do it again over here. It's a nice fluffy brush. Should have probably used a more flattened brush, but sorry. Sorry. We'll do it anyway. Okay, now we're going to use this one right here, which is a Luxie 211. I'm going to go into the shade right here, which is Malia. Malia. The names in here are very unusual. I'm just going to put that right here. You guys know I like to kind of like almost ombre effect my eyes. I just think it looks pretty when you do that. But you do your eye makeup however you want to. This is just me playing with the makeup. It's definitely not a tutorial, because I am not that good at makeup. Believe me, not that good. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and use, we're going to use some of this. Where's it at? Where's the color I want? Here it is. This is the Urban Decay. These are the heavy metal glitter liners. So I don't use them as glitter liners. You can if you want to, because it definitely has the small pointed tip to it, so you can use them as glitter liners. What I like to do with them is just put them on the lid like this, just to give a little bit of sparkle. You see how pretty that is? And it does not fall out. Like, if you want glitter that doesn't fall out, these don't fall out. I know last week we used the Too Faced, the Rich palette. What is it called? Oh my gosh. I'm telling you guys, I cannot think today. Oh my gosh. What is that called? Anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about. It's the Pretty Rich palette. So I use that, and it has so much fallout. Like, this right here will not fall off your eye. So if you want that glitter look and you don't want it to go anywhere, this is the way to do it. Get the Urban Decay ones, because they work really, really well. Now I'm going to use my IT Cosmetics Under Eye, the Eye Lift in a tube. So I'm going to use my concealer right here first. So it's a concealer and then it's an illuminator, so you can illuminate and you can conceal all in one tube. This is actually really good. They still sell this on Ulta, because I was just checking. So if you're looking for a concealer and a illuminator all in one, this is really nice. So I'm going to conceal some spots around here too that my foundation didn't really cover, because it's pretty much, it's not too light, but it's not super dark either, so it's going to kind of match everything that I need it to match. So we're just going to tap that in. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go in with my finger for under my eyes. I like to use my finger for under my eyes because I feel like it does a better job of smoothing it out, because your skin warms up versus a sponge. A sponge is not warm. It's not going to really help melt that concealer in very well. So I just think this looks better and it looks more uniform. It doesn't get all cakey. So what do you guys think? I think it looks pretty good. I'm going to just pat all over actually. We're just going to pat all over. Pat, pat, pat. Sometimes your fingers are the better tools anyway, in my opinion. We have all these fancy dancy tools, and sometimes your fingers just do a better job. Our fingers can do amazing work for makeup because they're just almost the perfect size and shape. Because I like to do my inner corner highlight with my pinky. I just think it works really well using your fingers for a lot of your makeup tools. That's why you got to make sure your hands are very clean before you start doing your makeup though, because you don't want to be putting dirty hands on your face. So just make sure you clean your hands and you're good to go. You got 10 tools. Oops, you guys hear my rumbly and my tumbly. Rumbly and my tumbly. Alright. So there we go. That is done. now I'm not going to highlight. Actually, let's go ahead and do it. I'll do it. So we'll do a little bit of illumination. So we'll do a little bit right here and right here. So we'll just give it a little bit of illumination to help brighten things up a little bit, especially in these inner corners, because that's where it usually stays the dullest. The dullest. I come up with words sometimes, guys. I just make them up as I go. You guys do that? You ever just, oops, I got it way up in here. Up in here? Oh my goodness. I'm making a mess, guys. I'm making a mess. I have to set all this with powder now. Set. Somebody had mentioned that the best under eye setting powder is the Stellar. I need to check and see if I still have that one because I'm pretty sure I do. I might have to pull that one for Shop My Stash for this week because I think if I have that powder, I want to try it and see what it is like compared to my favorite one right now, the Becca. The Becca for under eye setting. I really love that one for setting my under eyes, but I like to find things that are different, that I don't have to stick to what everybody else uses, because I know a lot of people really like the Becca one right now. It's really good. So the only issue with putting that on with that, I feel like for me, it makes me look a little creasy because it's too much cream under my eyes. So you just have to kind of check and see if it works for you or not. I mean, it works for me, but it's a little heavy now. So I'm going to have to definitely powder this in and try to smooth it out some. So what I do is take my IT Cosmetics, the Bye Bye Pores. This is the loose version. I couldn't think, I was trying to say pressed, but no, it's not pressed. What I do is I do that, put some on my pinky or my finger here, and then just kind of smooth it out so that it helps to get rid of any kind of under eye wrinkly things that it has caused by putting too much product on. We're getting low on this, guys. Uh-oh. Getting low on a lot of my powder products, which is so crazy because I don't typically love a lot of powder products. So when I get low on powder products, you should know that it's definitely a love of mine. So now I'm just going to smooth everything out. So you can almost hear it as I'm smoothing it. It's nice and smooth. There's nothing like skipping or nothing pulling or tugging right there. So that really does help my skin look a lot better in my opinion under my eyes. I got powder everywhere. Okay, now we're going to go back to the eyes. Don't worry, we're not done there. Now we're going to go in with the Dior palette. I love this palette. I think it's very nice. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to go in with the little, what is this thing? I have no idea. It's something from Tarte. It looks like a little fish. I'm going to go in with the little fish here, and we're going to use a little bit of this bronzer. We're going to stick it on here. Put it on, put it on. Now I'm just going to, oh my gosh, not with your hair. Don't do your hair. We're just going to bronze up a little bit all around the perimeter of my face. Bronzy, bronzy. The only thing is these pans are a little bit hard to get your brush into, especially a brush like this. It's a little bit hard to, whoa, holy smokes, what did I just do? Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. We're going to have to fix that. That looks good, Tiff. Good job. Oh my goodness. This is how you don't do makeup. That's what my name on my channel should be. Do everything the opposite of what I do because I have no idea what I'm doing. That's what my channel name should be, for real. Alright, so now I'm going to go in with the blush. This is a very, almost like a shimmery highlighty blush. What I like to do, because I don't love just this pink shade for me, I like to mix it with the bronzer a little bit here. So I'm going to mix the two. And then I feel like it's a good color for me. And then I feel like it works well for my skin tone. Especially with this little bit of an orangey looking color eye. I think it looks really good when you do it like that. See, and I fixed that little bit of a bronzer mishap, kind of, sort of. Put some of this on my nose. So this almost has the highlight built into it, so you really don't need a highlight, but we're going to do it anyway. So now I'm going to use the highlight. We're going to use this one right here, mixed with the white one, so the more gold mixed with the white. I like mixing everything together. Look at that. Mix, mix. Oh, it's so pretty. So pretty. Alright. Now I'm going to, that's my mirror. My mirror is over there making noises. He says hello. Now I'm going to put some highlight on my brow bone since the Safari palette doesn't really have a highlight. I'm going to mix the two again on a brush right here. Mix these two. tap. And we're gonna, look how beautiful that highlight is though on your brow bone. Oh, so pretty. Mix again. Look, it's so pretty. That's such a beautiful brow bone highlight in my opinion. I think it looks gorgeous. Gorgeous. All right, now I'm going to go in with, let's do this. We're gonna do this color right here. This is the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in Starfire. So we're gonna see if we can put some of this right on the lash line here. We're gonna do something a little bit different. We typically do like a brown or a blue or a black. Let's do something a little bit different. Let's do some Starfire. Oh, that looks pretty actually. It makes my green eyes look almost blue. Oh, that's cool. That's cute. Okay. I like that. I actually do like that. Yeah. Alright. Now I'm going to go in with mascara. This is the Marc Jacobs. This is the Velvet Noir. So we're going to use this. I don't have my lash curler. Let me grab it. Oh gosh. Oh my goodness. Got it. You guys probably like, girl, get your stuff together. I don't ever have my stuff together. Curl my lashes. Some people say they curl their lashes like after they put mascara on. Whoops. I've never tried that. I wonder if it works. I've heard that that's not a good idea, but I've also heard that it does work. I don't know. Holy smokes. You are so loud, phone. Sheesh. Pipe down there. There we go. Pipe her down a little bit. Alright. Now I'm going to go in with my mascara. This is a really good mascara. I really love the way this works on my lashes. It does a good job of giving me some volume and length, but it's not overly crazy. Like, it's not going to look like false lashes or anything. It just gives them a nice, pretty, fluffy look. Oh, I got it on my lid. You guys knew that was going to happen, didn't you? Called it. Called it. It did happen. So yeah, with the Natasha Denona, the Safari palette, if you want any other shades to go with it that are not matte, you're going to have to use some things with it, because of course that is a completely matte palette, which I really like matte palettes because they're so much easier to work with. Then you can pull in your little fun accessories, your little Urban Decay things, your little Stila, the glitter and glows, and all your things like that that you can pull in to play along with them. That's why I prefer matte palettes. I think matte palettes are more fun to work with versus a all shimmer palette or something like that, because Tarte does a lot of all shimmer palettes and I'm like, holy smokes, I need more mattes than that. So I know Tarte's been really doing that a lot lately. Oh, this eyelashes do not look good at all. What the heck did I do? I don't know what I did here, but they're not looking the best. Sorry. Sorry guys. Alright, we're going to go back into the Natasha Denona. We're going to finish up my under eyes. So we're going to go in here and we're going to use this little pencil brush here. And I'm going to use that Rhino shade. Use that to kind of smoke out a little bit. I don't like putting a whole lot. I just like doing a little bit. A little bit. And then rub the brush off, and then we're going to smoke it a little bit more. You could use all the colors that you use on the top of your lid and do them on the bottom part of your lid as well. I just don't do that. I mean, I've seen lots of people do that for their looks and it looks beautiful, but I don't do that. I don't know why, I just don't. Now I'm going to go back into this little Dior palette and I'm going to choose both of these mixed together on the same finger. And this is not my pinky. I should have grabbed my pinky because now I've got way too much right there. So let's do it on your pinky. That's a little bit smaller. Highlight that inner corner here. In my opinion, I just think that really pulls the look together. I think it looks so much better when you do that. I will be getting that off my lid, don't worry. Don't worry, hang on. Let's see if I can get it off. Oh my gosh, I can't even reach it. I need to keep these little puppies near me when I'm doing my makeup. I always forget to grab some though. So what you do if you ever get mascara on your eyelid is just wait for it to dry and then take a, sorry about that guys, my camera decided to cut off and I don't know why, so he's playing tricks on me. Alright, so again I'm just wiping this mascara off my lid and that is it. And then I'm going to use the clean side to make sure there's no makeup in the inner corner duct of my eyelid so it doesn't look like I have eye boogies or anything, and just tap that back in, make sure it looks nice and good. And then I'm going to use my lipstick. The lipstick I'm going to use is the Pat McGrath Labs. This is the Mini Matte Trance. These are 3 different colors in here. They're all very nice. I didn't realize how matte, like when you put these on, they're super, super like they tug at your lips a little bit. I'm not so sure I like these. I think the container to them is gorgeous. The packaging is really pretty, but it's just, they're very matte. I'm like, oh my. We'll use the bright pink one today. So here's what the bright pink looks like swatched. So we'll use that one. It is not going to match my eyes at all, but that's okay. That's alright. Oh my gosh, my hand's stained now. I'm going to look very funky. I've got orange eye look and a pink lip. Oh my gosh, look at my lips, they're all crooked. Okay. It's a really pretty color and it definitely makes your teeth look lighter. So, I like that about it. Oh my gosh. Do you guys ever start going outside the lawn and then all of a sudden it just starts going crazy and you just stop? Right? Do you stop or you just keep going? More and more? Till I end up looking like I have all lips. Alright, so there's what that looks like. Now I'm just going to set everything. I'm going to use the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. Oh, if you haven't tried this yet, guys, this is so good. It's comes out in such a fine mist that it just feels good. Oh, and it smells lovely. Oh, I love this. I absolutely love this. I need to purchase more of these. These are so, so good. I know not everybody is a Morphe fan, but I'm telling you, the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist is good. It's very, very good. So I'm gonna fan this on. Woo! Feel fancy now. Alright, so that is today's Get Ready With Me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's nothing dramatic, which I don't do anything super dramatic for my makeup anyway. You guys know I'm pretty like ordinary, so I don't go too crazy. If you guys would like to see a crazy look, I'm sure we could definitely do that for sure. So just let me know. We can go a little bit bolder, a little bit more crazy. We can do a little bit more avant pop. Isn't that what it's called? We could do something like that. Let me know. Let me know if you'd like to see anything else with the Natasha Denona palette, if you'd like to see like a full swatch or maybe some multiple Get Ready With Me or multiple eye looks or something like that. Let me know what you'd like to see with the Natasha Denona because I can do that as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later.